I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one.
Last week I went to Strawberry Field at Central Park for John Lennon's 71st birthday. It's something that I always wanted to do since I became a Beatles fan, and I finally got to do it. It was kind of like a milestone for me, not only because I got to go there, but because I was actually in the city for this time and able to do it. And so I was very proud of myself and proud of getting there and doing it. I figured there would be a whole bunch of people there. I was nervous that I wouldn't get to see the memorial at all. And walking past the Dakota, there were quite a few people standing outside the front of it taking pictures, which I always have an issue with. But anyway, so I was walking through the crowds to the memorial. It's like, wow, this is a lot of people. And when I got there, it was not as crowded as I thought. It was crowded, but there weren't as many as I had thought there would be. And the crowd was constantly in flux. I don't think people stayed longer than an hour. Of course, there were a few diehards like myself who stayed 2, maybe 3 hours. And I guess because people were constantly moving, it was easy for me to get into the circle, like the inner sanctum of the group. Of course, I couldn't see the Imagine circle because the crowd was literally standing on the edges of it. I was surprised that the circle got to the point where they were standing on the Imagine, because I figured that they would be maybe around it and not on it. But it was nice to see all the flowers and the cards. Something that I wasn't expecting at all was a John Lennon impersonator. That was kind of bizarre because he looked exactly like John Lennon. I have never seen, I've seen quite a few people in my time that look like John Lennon. But this guy was like spitting image. Oh my god. It was almost like he was there. Really bizarre. The core of the group knew most of the songs. And they would go from one to the other. There was a keyboardist, there was several guitarists, there were a few people who played trumpet, and there was a squeeze box man. So the core group knew the lyrics, and I guess I include like diehard fans with them too that know most of the lyrics to most of the songs. And then there were fans that kind of knew the songs, they know the hits, and, they did a pretty good job. And then there were the people that just happened upon it and listened and all of that. But something that got on my nerves because I'm just a jerk. Some of the songs, obviously not everybody's going to know the lyrics, but some people would start singing a chorus too early, and then more people would think that they were wrong, so they would join in with them, and then it would throw the whole song off, and then we'd have to stop and like this. So that was really funny, but it was kind of annoying. Another thing that caught me off guard, but was kind of cool, but not, was this guy's, I guess he was trying to rile up the crowd to get them excited and all of that. He mentioned Occupy Wall Street.
Well, judging by everybody that's here, I think it's very important, right? Yeah! We do this every year because not only do we love John, but we know that he's still alive in our hearts. He never left us. No. And I think we're going to need a little peace right now because you got to know, we might be in a bad economy. I guarantee you right now, if John was right here, we'd be marching down Wall Street. Yeah!
I know John would have supported the protesters. I know he would have said that we all should march and we should be out there changing what we don't like in any way possible, whether it be voting or marching or whatever. But I don't think that he would personally be out there on the street, and I don't know that he would take a stance on the issue now in his older age, because when I look at Paul, he doesn't really take a stance on anything. And I know John Lennon was very active in the 70s, but I think towards the later years of his life, he kind of became a little more conservative in the way he expressed his thoughts and values. So I think he would have supported the protesters. Yes, go protest, you know, power to the people, but I don't think it would have been any more than that. My favorite part of the whole thing was being with other fans and lovers of John Lennon and singing his songs and the songs he helped write, and it was a really good time, and I enjoyed singing for hours, and hopefully one day I can bring my own guitar and play along. I'm happy I got to celebrate John Lennon's birthday this year in the best way possible, in his city that he loves so dearly, and now it is my city. This is how I edit my video to be animated. Last week I went to, where did I go? It was awesome. Okay, at the Central Park. No confession from me. And I am proud of myself, and I am proud of, yeah, that's all.